Hey guys, welcome once again back into the record room, and of course I'm going to say thank you to our new subscribers and anyone out there that's checking out the videos. It is very much appreciated. All the likes, shares, comments does a brother good. It makes me feel good to know you guys are out there and enjoying the content. And even though the show is called The Record Room, as long-time viewers will know, I am a fan of the mighty cassette as well. And at one point I did consider calling this the record/cassette room, but that didn't really sound that cool. And to be honest, the number of records I have far outweigh the number of cassettes that I have. But I am still an avid collector and fan of the cassette format. It very much reminds me of my childhood. Even though I was a record collector first, still love making those mixtapes. I mean, who didn't? I still enjoy making mixtapes on occasion, just, you know, for myself, because blank tapes are actually hard to come by these days, unless you're buying on eBay secondhand market kind of a thing. But I am still a fan of the cassette, and being a fan of modern black metal and Dungeon Synth, that is kind of the primary format that a lot of releases come out on. Yes, we've seen massive strides towards some of these artists and labels making vinyl, but there are still some truly amazing labels out there making insane cassette editions, and that's what I'm going to talk about on today's episode. This is going to be this is primarily going to be focused on one label and one artist in particular. And if you're not a Dungeon Synth fan, that's okay. If you're not even sure what Dungeon Synth is, you mean, by all means, like, pause the video, go and check out what Dungeon Synth is. It's essentially keyboard synthesizer electronic music in the style of being in a dark dungeon, the medieval times. It's very atmospheric, very I don't want to say things like role-playing game soundtracks or kind of fantasy myth, but it does, that all does tie together. I'm a huge fan of Dungeon Synth, and have been since actually Mortis came around. Mortis is kind of the godfather of Dungeon Synth, and since he started, you know, his Mortis project back in the 90s, there's been some things here and there, but it was probably around, I want to say maybe 10 years ago, maybe a bit less, but it really started to kind of get much bigger. And a huge part of that was because of the label based in the US called Out of Season, who are a tremendous label. Big fan of what they've done, big fan of what they do. I like the label, have many of their releases. I like Kyle, the guy behind the label, as well. I had nothing but great things to say about Out of Season. And over the years, they've turned me on to some really cool things. And one of the first things I ever actually purchased from Out of Season was this very cassette box set. Now, as you can see, this is in a clamshell case. And I'm going to bust this open. And this is, I'll take the bits out. This is a 4-cassette box set called the Canterbury Tales. Now, you may have heard of the Canterbury Tales, and this is a musical version accompaniment by the artist Chaucerian Myth, and this is incredible. Listening to this thing as a whole, it's a big investment of time, but it is just absolutely incredible. As soon as I heard this, I was blown away. Like, this is a concept Dungeon Synth. Like, what is this? It's fantastic. And the version I have here is the 4-tape box set. This is the second edition. I didn't actually catch one of the first editions. This is actually out of 25 copies, and with this one, it did come with a Chaucerian Myth badge, a certificate of to say which number you go. There you go. I got number 12 of 25, and it also has the track listing of the album on the back. And then I have here an old Out of Season flyer. And some of these releases now are like commanding pretty good money on the secondhand market. It's pretty funny. But for me, this is kind of where my love for Chaucerian Myth started. And over the years, I've kind of dipped in and out, keeping in touch with the artist and what they've been doing, and other Dungeon Synth as well. And then a label popped up right here in the UK. I don't even know if it wasn't that long ago. I'm pretty sure it wasn't even a year ago. And they were offering some amazing Dungeon Synth releases. And I, at the time, kind of, it was one of those things, I saw it online, was like, oh, I've got to check out this label. I've got to check out this label. And time went by and I missed so many releases. And I kind of kicked myself because I was like, I wanted to buy these. I wanted to invest in this label because I was such a fan of what they were doing. The label is called Fogged Entity. I believe they're based in London. And they popped up on my IG feed one day with a deluxe edition of their Chaucerian Myth release. So Orfeo and Troilus and Cressida, which is a two cassette release. But they had released it in a deluxe box, a deluxe wooden box. And they had one left. So immediately I was like, right, this is the point. I'm jumping on it. And so I was able to snag this Chaucerian Myth wooden box set. So immediately I am a sucker for a cassette in a wooden box. Anytime you can sell me a wooden box, I'm with you. So this one is really cool as well. So I'm going to take the band off, and there you go. You've got the Fogged Entity stamp on the front there, and so much stuff. Just this tiny little box holds so much stuff. And inside, the paraphernalia you get with these releases is bonkers, absolutely insane. So you get a card. I'm going to break it down one piece, one by one, so you guys can see everything. There is a little bit about the tale of Troilus and Cressida. An art card. I love all these kind of wood print carvings. You get a Chaucerian Myth sticker. Some information. No, this is about Chaucer himself. If that's going to focus on, that's quite small. And then inside here is the information. Well, you've got this bit here, which is about Sir Orfeo. Put that down there, so you get this nice folder here. And then you also get this art card as well. So each cassette, each album has its own art card and pamphlet. And then I put this inside there as well. This came with the piece of paper, the Chaucerian Myth special edition. And this is just a little note, basically, from the guy that runs the label to say thank you, which I love. So I kept all of this stuff I keep. Whenever I receive a package, if there is a personalized note in there, for any reason, I keep them. I have tons of flyers with the, you know, scribblings and bits and pieces written on them because they're part of the package for me, so I keep them. And so inside the box, there are the two cassettes, the two albums. So there is Orfeo and there is Troilus and Cressida. Really nice on body printing, which I'm a big fan of, and beautiful J-card art as well. And this is printed on, it almost feels like linen paper. It's like a thick, it's a really nice card stock. It's not just your average bog standard J-card, which is very cool. That's Sir Orfeo. And this one is Troilus and Cressida. I haven't even got to the main event yet as well. This is what's so cool about this. I get to talk about these before I get to the main event. So there you go, one side there, and look at that, beautiful artwork there on the B side. And I'll show you the inside of the J card as well. This one again printed on this really nice, it's almost like a linen. It's probably not coming across very well, but it's beautiful, absolutely masterfully done, really good job. And then alongside the two releases, all the paraphernalia, there is a set of Chaucerian Myths button, and then a Fogged Entity button as well. And I actually have a spare, so I put that in the box as well. But as I said, that is not the main event. No, Apologies there, guys. A little bit of a technical hiccup there with my Bluetooth microphone because unlike the cabled microphones that I used to use all the time, these things run out of battery, and no, I had to charge it, so it actually died. I did already record this part once, but it had no sound whatsoever, so probably best I redid it. But it is now time to look at the main event, the purpose of this episode, and that is the latest release from Fogged Entity. This is the Chaucerian Myth Faerie Queene Deluxe Box Set. I mean, look at this. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. And I'm going to read the description of this from the Fogged Entity Bandcamp, just so I can break down everything that's inside. I will show it all to you, but I want to get the accuracy accurate? Get the description accurate before I go into it with you. So this is hand assembled edition of 15 publicly made copies. 2 tapes, which is all 6 volumes of the Faerie Queene by Chaucerian Myth on a double cassette. 1 wooden box with copper decorative edges and heavy combination lock. That is true, the lock is inside. 2 limited edition slipcase outer cards to house the cassettes that look like library cards. They do library cases, sorry, they're library books. They're really, really cool. 6 mini art cards, 1 craft card mini binder, 1 80 by 80 centimeter silkscreen patch, 1 hagstone, which I will get into the description of when I show it, 1 Chaucerian Myth sticker, 1 pin badge, 1 hand numbered craft card insert, and then it's all put together by hand. But I mean, that is a fair sized box. And everything fits inside it so nicely. This retailed at £45, sold out instantly. As you can imagine, with it only being 15 copies, it's not going to hang around long, but I actually think the value on this, pretty good. I would maybe even say a little bit undervalued for what you get inside here, but that's just me. But lovely detail there on the top of the box with the Fogged Entity logo. So I'm going to pop this bad boy open and we are going to look at the inserts first. Now, one thing that does come with all the cassettes that I really do like, you get a little note just saying thank you from David, the guy that runs the label, just saying thank you for the support, which it might only be a silly thing, but to me it means a lot. So we'll start off. This is your Faerie Queene art card or print card. Got the Fogged Entity on the back, on the stamp. There's also a Fogged Entity sticker there. This is the Chaucerian Myth patch, which, as you guys know, I cannot separate anything. If it's not, you know, surplus, it has to stay in the box. I would wear this, but I cannot. It must stay in the box. We've got a Chaucerian Myth sticker. We have a Faerie Queene sticker as well. And then this is really awesome. The Chaucerian Myth Faerie Queene, and this is the numbered certificate, if you like. And this one just shows, which I've just noticed, this is number 12. And my first ever Chaucerian Myth release was also number 12. Number 12 of 25 and number 12 of 15. Maybe I should start betting on number 12. And this is the real highlight for me. This is the binder. 1 craft card mini binder. And it's nice because you do get the printing on the back. And this is all printed. This is all beautiful. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's nice cardstock. This is not cheap and simple stuff. This is quality material. And then inside you do get this wonderful set of art cards. And obviously pause the video, pinch and zoom if you'd like to see any more of these in any detail, but also you can check out pictures on the Fogged Entity Bandcamp, which I hope you are all going to follow, subscribe to, sign up for the emails. Make sure you follow them on Instagram as well. So that's some of the stuff you get inside. Then you do get the pretty cool Chaucerian Myth oversized button, which is slightly bigger than the normal size they do. It does also come with a fogged entity pin. And here we have the hagstone. Now my hagstone, I've actually put my padlock through the hole in the hagstone. And I've done this for a very good reason, because I was unaware of what a hagstone was before I got this set. And I'm going to read to you now what a hagstone is, and you may understand why I've put a lock on it. One hagstone. Some say the hole in the hagstone is a portal to the Fae world. Therefore, used correctly, the hagstone can bring great luck and magic to the user, able to connect with these powerful creatures. Now, I can use all the luck in the world, who doesn't want that? But when you mess with this stuff, and I believe, you never know what's going to come back. So I'm going to keep my hagstone padlocked down for the time being. No Fae world adventures for TG, but how cool is that it actually comes with that? Just absolutely fantastic. Goes into the myth. The album itself is just fantastic. Neoclassical, Baroque, epic, fantasy, Dungeon Synth in places, but more, I don't know, symphonic, orchestral. It's just an absolute incredible listen. And I haven't actually listened to the cassettes yet. I've listened to the digital version when it first went up. But the cassettes themselves, there we go, books 1 to 3 and 4 to 6. And as you can see there, the two cassettes put together make a beautiful, beautiful image. And they are like library books. The slipcases do come off like library books. And what I love about this is it's lovely to see that artwork there. But when the cassettes are actually out of their slipcases, which I imagine, you know, some people may keep them out of their slipcases, you can still have the beautiful artwork. It's just another version of that amazing artwork. Absolutely fantastic. Attention to detail is second to none. When it comes to Fogged Entity, I honestly, if this video hasn't explained enough how much I love this label, it's a label I own every single release on. I had some luck. I had some help, basically, completing out my collection, and now I have everything on the label, and I listen to them, you know, once or twice a week. I will definitely listen to something from this label. It's usually more than that, but if you're a fan in any way of anything I've spoke about on this episode, please check out Fogged Entity on Bandcamp. They are on Instagram as well. And remember, if you like this episode, why not give me a big old thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and if you haven't already subscribed, please continue to do so. Or how about just subscribing? If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. But until next time, spin those blackest circles.